And we're going live, Ian. I'm Drew Martin. That's Ian Cameron. We're doing the overnight shift. We're going over Wednesday's opening lines in MLB. Feel free to comment live on YouTube and hit us up on Twitter. This is Ian Cameron. You can find him at Bobano on Twitter, his work at sportsmemo.com, and a regular contributor here at SBR. Ian, how you doing today?
Doing good for a Tuesday, Drew, and ready to break down Wednesday's games from an overnight lines perspective. That's what we do here at the overnight shift. And as always, a lot of really, really sketchy pitchers on deck for Wednesday.
Absolutely. And it starts off with one right at the top, 951, 952, New York Mets, Arizona. Looks like we got is this an early start? Yeah, Harvey versus Corbin. Harvey, an interesting situation, the Cinco de Mayo debacle. I actually lost on him last time out, and his velocity looked to be down. So I'm actually looking to fade Harvey here, Ian. Are you on the same boat as me?
Yeah, I don't know how you can be looking to make a case for Matt Harvey. I mean, you pretty much left the door open for maybe him to show you a little bit of an uptick or an improvement of some kind in that last start, and it just did not happen at all for Matt Harvey, making that return against Milwaukee. 5 runs allowed, 7 hits allowed, 5 innings of work, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts, 3 home runs allowed. Boy, that doesn't bode well for pitching, at Chase Field with the way the ball has been absolutely flying out of that park all season long. So you got to be concerned here big time for Matt Harvey. And how about the New York Mets, Drew? 15-1-3 is now the number. 15-1-3 to the over for the New York Mets in their last 19 games. That is an incredible over the team total trend. One of the strongest over streaks I've seen now in quite some time. It rivals what I think the Minnesota Twins did a little bit last year in terms of an over the total streak. The New York Mets are having it because their lineup's been okay, but it's been their pitching. Because their starting pitching's been a disaster, and their bullpen has been one of the worst in Major League Baseball. We saw what they did last night. I mean, just an absolute disaster for them. If you had the under last night, completely goes down the shitter because of that Mets bullpen in that 7-3 game last night. So the way I look at this, Drew, Patrick Corbin on the mound for Arizona. He's been a little bit better at home, 2.45 ERA at Chase Field. Daytime starts. Now, this is a daytime start, Drew. 2-0 he is, and he hasn't given up a single earned run in 12.1 innings pitched in daytime starts. Those day-night splits, you got to pay attention to them here when you get these afternoon games. So I'd really look at Arizona. I'd look at Arizona, maybe their team total over, and why not another full game over involving the Mets? That's certainly the way I'd try to attack this one.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, and I like the day-night splits. These guys are a habit of routine, so they're normal to 7 o'clock starts, and then all of a sudden you throw them up early. And as we know, if you're not getting the proper sleep, you're not going to be the same athlete. So I like that, and also what you said about the Mets over. I actually didn't realize it was that high, and sure enough, you rank their bullpens in a 1.54 WHIP from the Mets pin, and sure enough, you get a string of overs. So I like that call there, Ian. Good stuff, man. And so I guess, Arizona 952 minus 120. It's already up to minus 125. So I would think it keeps going and getting steamed. But
I can't imagine much Mets money. You're right, Drew. If you like Arizona, bet it sooner rather than later. My advice, absolutely.
Absolutely. So we'll try to beat that one there. And then on to 957, 958. Cincinnati, Chicago. I actually like this series a lot, and I'm probably going to be on the other side from you, Ian, in terms of I actually I bet Cincinnati plus 230 to win this series. So to win 2 out of 3 games from the Chicago Cubs. I just like the pitching matchups. I think that they have as good of a bullpen and the hotter lineup. So I think getting plus $2 on that series price, which you can find at Bookmaker, and 5 Dimes actually has it at plus 240. So if you got a 5 Dimes account, you can grab it there as well. But I'm going to be on the Reds this series, Ian. Are you with me?
Yeah, it's interesting because this guy on the mound here for Cincinnati, Scott Feldman. I mean, he's not been one of my favorites here for the Reds, but you at least get him outside of that great American ballpark where I think he's really susceptible to being hit around. He might fare a little bit better. Certainly his road numbers would indicate that. You look at Feldman away from Great American Ballpark. It hasn't been too bad for him. He's got a 3 ERA, 6 earned runs allowed in 18 innings. I'll tell you what, the Cubs aren't hitting right now, and I don't trust them, even against Feldman here. You look at this lineup, it's underachieved the last few games. Going back to the Colorado series, they got shut out in the last game of that series. On the weekend against St. Louis, 3 runs, and 0 runs, 6 runs combined in those 3 games. Not good in terms of this Cubs lineup, which is everybody bends over backwards to praise this team and how potent they are, but they haven't been living up to that reputation lately. So maybe Feldman's got a chance to work himself around this Cubs lineup a little bit.
Yeah, what do you think of the series price?
Worth a shot. I mean, I'll tell you what, if you are betting the Chicago Cubs on the money line in every game, and Drew, win or lose, that's why I think that's not a terrible bet. If you are betting the Chicago Cubs money line every game this season, you're down over 9 units. All right, down over 9 units. That just kills your bankroll. You're digging an early grave in your bankroll here in this baseball season, just betting the Cubs every season. And you know what? Every game. And the books that took a pounding on Chicago Cubs bets, run line bets on the Cubs last year, boy, they're starting to make some of that cash back in a big way here in 2017.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, so I guess I like the series. It sounds like you may be with me, huh, Ian? But hey, on to the last one, 971, 972, Toronto, Atlanta. A little interesting rivalry here between Ian and myself. I just moved from Atlanta about a month ago, and Ian lives outside of Toronto. So you're going to have to tell us a little bit about this guy, Biaggiani. I'm not really sure. But
be a genie, like Aladdin, be a genie.
Be a genie. All right, I'll take your word for it. But hey, 972 Atlanta, faulty on the hill. He's a guy I'm looking to back. He started off slow, and sure enough, the markets are onto him a little bit, touching minus 120 now as the home favorite. So just off of first glance here, I could see it moving more towards Atlanta. And for myself, it will be Atlanta or pass. You agree, Ian?
Fultonevich, I think, has got some capabilities in him. Now, he had that one rough outing, but I think he was dealing with a blister situation or something like that following that. And I was waiting to see how he'd react off of that. Would he improve? Would he get back on track? And he did have a much better outing last time out following that. It was much better for Fultonevich against Miami. 1 run, 6 hits, 6 innings of work, no walks, 4 strikeouts. I'll tell you what, though, Joe Biaggiani for the Jays, he's a guy that's converted bullpen reliever. He's now a spot starter. And John Gibbons, the manager, has said they may be making him a permanent starter, if not right away, down the road. They have visions of Joe Biaggiani being a starting pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays in this rotation and moving him away and out of the bullpen permanently. So they're grooming him. They're stretching out his pitch count game by game. He's getting stronger. He's been impressive so far. I mean, 7 strikeouts, no walks, and 2 starts against Tampa and Seattle. Not a single earned run allowed in 9 innings pitched as a starter for Biaggiani. The only run that was scored was unearned against Tampa Bay. So it's been very impressive from Biaggiani. The Toronto Blue Jays bullpen, which struggled early in the season, has been much, much better in the last couple of weeks. The big reason why they've been able to get on a little bit of a winning streak, get on a bit of a roll. So first glance means we might actually have a little bit of a lower scoring affair here and look under.
Okay, so taking the under here in Atlanta, and I think that there will be some regression in this ballpark from the overs towards the unders, just the dimensions alone. But yeah, I don't disagree with you. Especially if Biaggiani, like you say, is it can hold his own. Now, you do have to keep in mind, Freddie Freeman has been hot as hell there for the Braves. But no, good stuff, Ian. Anything else as far as the board you want to get over?
No, that's about it. We talked about a couple of games, just initial gut reactions, guys, in terms of games that piqued my interest. Games that, I think offer some betting value, games that might move in terms of line movements. I know someone in our chat here is asking about San Francisco, LA under 7.5. What do you guys think when you can get to it? What do we got here? We got Kershaw and Cueto. Giants are starting to hit, and the Giants bullpen still stinks. So if I'm looking under there, I'm looking more first 5 innings more than the full game under there. I mean, the Giants bullpen is still not great. Dodgers bullpen pretty solid, but I don't trust that San Fran pen. So if you like Kershaw, Cueto under, Dodgers and Giants on that Wednesday card, first 5 innings might be your preferred route.
Yeah, and actually, I think that was Rich Banks, and he quoted 7.5. It's actually 6.5 for
Yeah,
tomorrow's
yeah,
card.
six and
So
a half. Yeah, six and a
that's a
half. Be
big
aware of that,
difference.
Rich. 6.5. I mean, you don't want to get a one full run of mistake on the totals read. You want to make sure you've definitely reading that properly when before you make that bet.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Ian, I appreciate you taking the time, man. And make sure to check out SBR odds to get the best of the number. You always want two books, and you don't want to be taking the worst of the number because it will add up over time, especially in baseball, such a long sport. But we'll be back tomorrow going over Thursday's card, get the best of the number for you. And for Ian Cameron, I'm Drew Martin. Feel free to reach out to us on Twitter if you have any further questions. You can find him at Bobano or myself at Drew Martin Bets. All right, guys.
Have a good one.